Okay, so we're going to start on solving quadratic equations. Okay, so the good news is for normal tech students, the quadratic formula is given to you. Okay, the quadratic formula is given to you. Only express and normal acad, the formula is not given to you. Only EOY EMath, for those who do EOY EMath, the formula is given to you, but it's a bit redundant also, because since EOY EMath, you're already expected to memorize it. So what's the point of you give it to me on the EOY EMath? That means no matter what, I still have to memorize. So just at the start here, I'm going to state that, okay, when they say solve blah blah blah, give your answer to 2 decimal places. So you already know that this one you can use the quadratic formula. So how do you use the quadratic formula is, okay, write out the equation. So we have x squared plus 5x minus 3 equals to 0. Okay, this is the quadratic equation. So you need to write out what's your A, B, and C. Okay, I'm going to use the traditional way by using formula to show it to you. And at the same time, I will also show you how to use the calculator to find the answer. Okay, so first you need to identify what's your A, B, C. The A is the coefficient of x squared. That means the number in front of x squared. So in this case, it is 1. Okay, in front there's a 1. B is the coefficient of x. In this case, is just positive 5. And C is the coefficient of the constant. In this case, is negative 3. So C is equals to negative 3. Okay, so with this, you can use the formula. The formula will be x is equals to minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So for normal tech students, this formula is given to you. So all you need to do is identify what's your ABC, plug the formula, and then after that you can find the value. So sub in. So minus b means minus 5 plus minus square root b squared. So 5 throw inside the bracket minus 4ac. My A is 1, my C is negative 3, and not forgetting the over 2A, 2, 1. Okay, so when you punch into the calculator, this is 37. So minus 5 plus minus square root 37 over 2. So what is the plus minus? Okay, what is the plus minus? So this means that my answer is minus 5 plus square root 37 over 2, or minus 5 minus square root 37 over 2. So you can just key calculator. I'm going to use, showing you the manual way. Later we'll show you how to use the formula to calculate, calculator to calculate. So key in your fraction, negative 5 plus square root 37 over 2. Press the equal, you get 0.5413. The other one, you see, because I key in this one, right? So I don't have to re-key. Just go to your calculator and change the plus to minus. And we will get minus 5.54 minus 5.5413. For this case, it's round off to 2 decimal places. So this one round off to 2 decimal places, so that means it is 0.54. Thank you, Xue. Okay. Round off, negative 5.54. Help me to take note that this one got answer error. It should be x is equals to 0.54 because they only want 2 decimal places. So this should be the answer. Answer sheet got error. So it's 0.54 and negative 5.54. So this is 2 dp and this is 2 dp. Okay. Much, do you catch my yes? Okay, so like I say, I'm going to teach you how to use the calculator. Yes, I'm going to show the calculator. But I still need to show the manual method. I need to show the manual method. So okay, so over here, I'm going to do the manual method using another question. So x squared plus 9x minus 4 equals to 0. So identify your A, B, C. Okay, so A is equals to 1, B is equals to 9, and C is equals to negative 4. Okay, so again, apply the formula. Okay, take note, although you can use your calculator, but you still need to show the formula. Okay, so you still need to write until, like for example, you still need to write until here. Then after that, you don't have to write this, you can just press the calculator. Okay, so that means x is equals to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac over 2a. So over here you can press the calculator. So what? Okay, everyone calculator is different. Okay, so you need to go and find out what's yours. For me is we have to key in mode. Usually I always hear my students say mode 22, mode 22, mode 22. So for me is my one is mode 5 and then 3. Mine is mode 5 3, but I believe yours is 5 mode 22 . So the key is you key in the mode, you will find this equation EQN. So everyone calculator is different option. So you have to find yours accordingly. So for me, after you find the equation, there will be this whereby you can see ax squared, you can see ax cubed. So number 3 option for me is to solve quadratic equation. Number 4 option is to solve cubic equation. So I'm going to choose number 3. So choose number 3. So they will come out, okay, ask you to key in the A, B, C. So over here, we already know my A is 1, my B is 9, my C is -4. So we will key in 1, press equal, press 9, equal, and -4. Take note, when you key in -4, you don't use this, you don't use the subtract 4. Use the -4. Just key in here, -4, and press equal. Press one more time equal, they will give you this. Okay, my calculator give me this, but your calculator should give you decimal. So in the end, you will see, okay, I will have x is equals to 0.4244, or press equal again, and we will have minus 9.4244. So again, this calculator asks us to round off to 2 decimal place, so you should have 0.42 or -9.42. Okay, this is 2 dp, and this is also 2 dp. Okay, there's an answer error here. Again, this one is x is equals to 0.42. Okay, so this is how you use calculator to help you to solve. But you still have to show that you use the formula, because we are not allowed to officially use the calculator. So you have to show that, oh, I use the formula. Alright, I show that I use formula, plug in my ABC, and then after that, of course, I use my calculator and find out what's the 2 value. Okay? So this is for question number 1 and question number 2, solving quadratic equation. Okay, so I have demo 2 of that. So now you tell me, okay, what is the A, what is the B, and what is the C? 4x squared minus x minus 14 equals to 0. So what is my A, what is my B, and what is my C? Okay, can type in the chat and tell me, what is your A, B, and C based on this quadratic equation. Okay, what is the A, what is the B, and what is the C? Okay, before I apply the formula. Come, tell me what is your A, your B, your C. Okay. Anyone? Learning together with me, solving quadratic equation. All quiet, Okay. So over here, let's see, we have the A is the coefficient of x squared. So in this case, my A is 4. Okay, my B is the coefficient of x. So in this case, it's -1. So my B is -1. The C is the constant. In this case, is -14. So apply the formula. So minus B, be careful, your B is -1. So over here, the formula is minus. So you have to put minus -1 because formula is minus B. So plus minus B squared minus 4AC over 2A. And again, you can key your calculator. So if you are already at the just now the same mode, you can actually just key in AC and then it will just clear the previous entries. So my A is 4, my B is -1, and my C is -14. So we will have 2. So I have one value which is 2. The other value will be minus 1.75. Okay, so in this case, it's exact, so I don't have to round off anything. So this is how you solve the quadratic equation. Okay, normal tech students, if you are here, better respond. If not, I think I will actually stop my normal tech live teaching. Okay, and then I will just teach express and normal acad. Okay, so now let's proceed. So same, this one 3x squared. 3x squared plus 5x minus 7 equals to 0. Okay, so this one quadratic equation. Same, write out your A, B, C. My A is 3, my B is 5, and my C is negative 7. Okay, apply the formula. So my x is equals to minus B plus minus B squared minus 4AC over 2A. Again, apply the formula. So clear my A is 3, my B is 5, and my C is negative 7. So we will have a 0.9067 or minus 2.5733. And they say round off to 3SF. Always see whether they ask us to round off anything. So 3SF, this is the first SF, second, third. So by looking at the 7, it tells me that I need to round my 6 up. So round it off, it becomes 0.907. Okay, this one, this is the first SF, second and third SF. So I have to look at the 3. The 3 tells me that I have to stay, the 7 will stay the same. So round it off to 3SF, I get minus 2.57. Okay, so this is 3SF and this is 3SF. Okay, so solving quadratic equation by the formula is very straightforward. You can just use the calculator. Just need to know what's your A, B, C. Be careful on whether is it positive or negative. Okay, that's very crucial. Okay, so now let's take a look at question number 5, whereby we will have to plot quadratic graph. Plot quadratic graph. Okay. So over here they say complete the table of values. Oh, okay. I noticed why the hell got double. Okay, much double entry. Okay, so over here you see complete the table y equals to blah blah blah. Here got missing 2 terms here. So we will, for me, I like to do this. Over here they say x squared minus 3x plus 2. So what I do is something square, I put bracket, x squared minus 3x plus 2. So I use bracket to represent my x. So by doing this, I don't have to keep rekeying, you see. All I need to do is I just go inside my bracket and then I just key in. So my x is negative 1. So just key in minus 1. Over here, same thing, minus 1. Okay, in the end, I get 6. I get 6. So over here, it will be a 6. So this 4. So now I go back, go into the bracket, clear the negative 1, put in the 4. So I will get 6 as well. So I have the values of here. In this question, they never give us the scale. They want you to draw the graph. So you need to do your planning. So what I usually do is I will ask myself my x range is how much. So let's take a look. My x range smallest is minus 2 to 4. So I know I need to plot from minus 2 to 4. As for the y range, let's take a look. It starts from the 0. The smallest is 0. There's no negative value. The highest is 12. So that means my y value is from 0 to 12. So with this information, I will be able to plan my drawing. Okay, so of course I already draw it partially just now. So this is question number 5. Okay, over here. So what I do is, okay, my x is minus 2 to 4. So I will know that my x-axis, okay, I can go a little bit to the left because I only need minus 2 and minus 1. For the positive, I need 1, 0 to 4. As for the y-axis, okay, my value is only from 0 to 12. So you see, I never do any negative. So I only do from 0 to 12. Okay, 0 to 12. And after that, you see that I never end it yet. I haven't ended it yet. So now is after I draw already, I know, so I can just erase. And then I just put an arrow. This is x-axis. Same apply for here. This is your y-axis. Okay, take note, I'll never give you the scale. You cannot draw under very small. You must the rule is you must occupy 2/3 of the graph paper. Okay, occupy 2/3 of the graph. You cannot draw small, mini. So after that, after you have your axis, all you need is plot the points. So minus 2, 12. So minus 2, 12, I plot 1 point here. Minus 1, 6. See, minus 1, 6. You always read the x coordinate first, then you read the y. So minus 1 and 6. Plot it. 0, 2. 0 and 2. Plot it. And then 1 and 0. 2 and 0. 3, 2. As well as 4, 6. So now you see I do cross for the points. And then after that, you join it. So sometimes some students use curved ruler, some use freehand. For myself, I use freehand. Okay, I use freehand. So what you can do is, you can always turn the paper. Okay, for myself is I'm a right-hander. So if right-hander, it's easier for you to curve upwards. So it's easier to draw upwards. So what you need to do is just draw upwards. Okay, so it's easier for you to join. Okay, and then you see these 2 points here. This is a quadratic graph. It definitely must have a curve. So you don't go and draw a straight line. No. So you know that this one, the curve, so that you will have a shape. Okay, a so-called, in this case, is the minimum point. So turn, and then after that you can turn the paper because I'm right-hander. It's easier for me to go upwards. So it's easier for me to join this way. Okay, so after you draw the shape ready, and don't forget to label. This is for y is equals to x squared minus 3x plus 2. Make sure you label your x-axis, y-axis, and we are done. So I'm done with the part whereby they ask us to draw the graph of y equals to blah blah blah. Now they ask, okay, use your graph to find the values of x when y is equals to 8. Use the graph to find the values of x when y is equals to 8. So y equals to 8 is here. So what they want you is draw to y equals to 8 and draw a horizontal line. Okay, so draw a horizontal line and label this as y is equals to 8. Okay. Okay, so this graph, you need to extend. You see that, you can see that this curve go upwards. Okay, take note, this one take note, as in if they give you a range, if they tell you to draw only from minus 2 to 4, and in this case you see that, okay, I draw up to here already, but this one I have to extend. But if they give you a range, you do not extend, so you only have one solution. But in this question, they only say complete this table, and they did not give you any range. They did not ask you to say, okay, draw the graph for x minus 2 to 4. They only ask you to complete this table and plot the graph. So in this case, we will have to extend. So you will have to extend your graph upwards, okay, so that you will be able to find this point. So I have one point here, and I have another point here. So after I have these 2 points, what you need to do is draw a dotted line to find out what is the x value. So you will draw a dotted line. So over here is it. So this one is minus 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, This is minus 1.35. So this is minus 1.35. Yeah. Okay, so now come to this one. Okay, so this will be 4.1, 4.2, 4.3. For my case, mine is 4.3. Okay, so come down to here, you will see, so this one I will say refer to graph. This one, use the graph to find the value of x. So I will say, okay, when y equals to 8, my x is equals to negative 1.35 or x is equals to 4.3. So these two values is taken from the graph, and you must make sure that you draw the horizontal line and then after that draw the dotted line down, because you are supposed to prove that you get the values from the graph. Just to let you know that actually now every handphone you all can tilt your phone to landscape. There is a logo whereby you can tilt to landscape. And if you tilt the landscape, you can see my question clearer. So the question will be on your landscape, and then after that, the chat will be on the right hand side. Okay, so there is a logo, so just click on the logo. Okay. So that is for part C. Let me see this one for part here. Okay, don't have. So this question number 5 is done. So plot the table of the points. Then after that, draw the curve. You can always tilt the paper so that you will be able to draw the shape nicely. You can always turn the paper. Okay, don't like, oh, okay, oh, I must draw like that, I must draw like that. Cannot. You can just turn your paper. So we are done with this question number 5. Okay, so now let's take a look at question number 6. Okay, Nantia Tuka, I believe. Are you able to tilt the phone to landscape? There's a landscape button. Okay, click on that and then you can see my question clearly. If not, then you will have to use PC. PC can see clearer. Okay, now question number 6. Question number 6, the graph is already drawn for us. So we just need to answer their question. So they say write down the equation of the line of symmetry. Okay, so line of symmetry will be in the middle. So over here you can see that here the -1 is the middle. So line of symmetry is a vertical line. So I'm going to draw the dotted line. This line cuts through -1. Equation of a vertical line is x equals to -1. Therefore, the equation of the line of symmetry is x is equals to -1. X equals to -1. Done. Okay, very straightforward. Next, they said write down the coordinates of the minimum point. So the minimum point happens at the line of symmetry. We know that it is -1. And if you see over here, it is actually -2. So therefore, the minimum point simply is -1 and -2. Always read the x and then the y coordinate. Write the x coordinate, then write the y coordinate. And we are done. Next, same graph question. Okay, they say have other parts. They say use your graph. Find the value of y when x is equals to -2.8. This time round is ask you to find y when given x. So x is equals to -2.8. You will go to x equals to -2.8. This is -2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 2.8. So -2.8 will be here. This is -2.8. Okay, and what you need to do is just draw the dotted line up, and this is my value. Sometimes you see that the value so close, then you just draw the dot darker. Then I know that, okay, it sits nicely on this one. So then over here, I need to find out what is the corresponding y value. So which is here. So minus, this is 1, sorry, 1. Then after here is 2. So this is 1.2. Okay, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8, 2. So this is 1.2. So in this case, you will write over here, you will say when x equals to negative 2.8, my y is equals to 1.2. Done. Okay, so this is how you show, you can write here 1.2, no problem. Next, last one, they said find the values of x when y equals to 2. Okay, go to your graph, go to y equals to 2, draw a horizontal line. Okay, y equals to 2 is here, draw a horizontal line. Y equals to 2. So you know that, okay, it cuts the curve at this point, draw the dotted line. And also this point over here, draw the dotted line. So you can see that it's actually minus 3 and 1. Minus 3 and 1. So you will say, okay, when y equals to 2, my x is equals to minus 3 or x is equals to 1. And we are done. Okay, so this is how you do quadratic graph and finding the corresponding x or corresponding y value. Okay, so now let's move on to question number 7. So question number 7 also asks need to draw graph. So I have drawn it previously. Wait, let me dig. Okay. So let's find out, let's fill in the table first. Let's fill in the table. So they say complete the table of values of y is equals to 5x minus x squared. So over here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put in 5x. So use bracket minus x squared. Key in the value. So my x is 2. So go into the bracket and key in 2. Press equal. So this one is 6. So key in 3 now. I get 6. You want to make sure that this one is correct, you can actually just randomly key in, let's say 1 for example. Of course, when I key in 1, I expect to see 4. So this is just to double check, right? Okay, so once we have the points, same, you find out what's the range. So look at the x range. My x is from 0 to 5. Okay, so I know that I need to draw my x-axis 0 to 5. The y-axis, the minimum is 0. The maximum is 6. So you know, oh, okay, I only need 0 to 6 for my y-axis. So you can plan and draw your graph. So you can see that I only need 0 to 5. So I draw my vertical line towards the left. So you can see that I don't need any negative x. Positive y, same thing, is 0 to 6. So you see that I don't have any negative y. So from 1 to 6. So after that, you can see that after I plot the graph, so actually this one, you can actually just finish it by erasing the extra and put here, this is x-axis. Over here, up to 7 is enough, so we can just arrow, and then after that, say this is the y-axis. And let's plot the points. So we have 0, 0, 0, 0 is here, 1, 4. So always read the x-axis, 1 and 4. 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 4, and 5, 0. So I have all these points, then join them and form the quadratic curve. And not forgetting, you're supposed to label this is y is equals to 5x minus x squared. Okay, so we are done with the drawing. So now let's see what they want. They draw the graph. Okay, so you see this case they asked to draw from 0 to 5. So I already draw 0 to 5. Okay, so now they ask 6 and 7. Yes, this one. Now they say, okay, use your graph to find the values of x when y equals to 2. So then, okay, you go to your graph, y equals to 2 is over here, so we need to draw a horizontal line. So let's draw a horizontal line at y equals to 2. Label this as y is equals to 2 and find out what is the intersection point. So I can put this one and I have this point. So this value is 4.55. 4.55. This value over here, 0.4. This is 0.4. Okay, so go to here. You will say, okay, when my y is equals to 2, my x is equals to 0.4, or x is equals to 4.55. Hello. Okay. Why? What have you been busy with? Okay. Yes, you can draw the line. Definitely can draw the line. In fact, you have to draw the line. You are supposed to interrupt because you're supposed to find out where the line cuts the curve. You see? You're supposed to draw the line and you got to show that where the line cuts the curve and find the corresponding x value. That is your objective because they say use your graph. Okay? You're supposed to draw the line. Okay, next. They say find the equation of the line of symmetry of the graph. Okay, good that you are revising for your math and also other subject. Equation of the line of symmetry. So now let's take a look at the graph. So line of symmetry is in the middle. Okay, it's a line whereby your graph will reflect. What's that called? Something like reflection. So in this case, the middle line is here. So you can see that this curve and this, the other side, is photocopy, mirror. So this is my line of symmetry. So for line of symmetry, you not necessary for you to draw. Okay, you just need to give them the equation of the line. So you know that it will be in the middle here, and in the middle here is 2.5. Okay, it's 2.5. So over here, the equation of the line of symmetry will be x is equals to 2.5. Done. Okay, don't just write 2.5. A lot of my students are very power. They always give the answer, 2.5. 2.5 can have few meanings, It can be y is equals to 2.5 is a horizontal line. X equals to 2.5 is a vertical line. Then vertical line then is a line of symmetry because horizontal line is never your line of symmetry for quadratic graph. So you must write x is equals to 2.5. That is the equation of the line of symmetry. Okay. So that will be for question number 7. Okay. Now let's take a look at question number 8. Direct is direct proportion. Indirect is inverse proportion. The formula is different. Okay, direct proportion, the k is at the side. Inverse proportion, the k is at the numerator. Okay, come, let's take a look at question number 8. Same, I have the table of points whereby we have empty points, right? We are supposed to find it. So, let's see. So, we have minus 2 t squared So you see, this one's slightly different. Is if you do notice that this one is H and T. So just now the previous graph that we draw is, you see, is Y in terms of X. So in this situation, is H in terms of T. Okay, so it's the same concept. It's just that because they're going to apply this in real life. So in this case, they tell you that, okay, the H represent the height above the ground of the ball. The ball is thrown into the air. And then after that, T represent the time. And in this case, it is seconds. So complete the table of the values for H and T. It's the same concept. So no need to panic when you see H and T. So minus 2t squared plus 10t plus 1. So throw the values in. So this one is 1. So just throw 1 in. And we get 9. So this is 9. Now throw in the 3. Erase the 1. Put in the 3. And we have 13. Lastly, key in the 4. Key in the 4. And you have a 9. So next, again, you have to plan your drawing. So you have to find out what is the range that you want to draw. So they also tell you to draw from 0 to 4. So you will know that your T is from 0 to 4. See, from here also can. Then the H, I need to find what is the lowest and what is the highest. The lowest over here is 1. The highest is 13. So I need to know that, on my H-axis, I need to draw up to 13. Okay, at least 13. So with that, we are ready to draw our graph. And again, I already draw previously. So look at this. I can see that my graph is from only 0 to 5. Actually, up to 4 is enough. I just draw additional numbers. That doesn't matter. Okay, as long as your graph stops at 4. Okay, and then from here, I need 1 to 13. But of course, I cannot start from 1, right? So I have my 0, and I draw up to 14, because 13 is here. I draw 14 is because later when I plot the points, I know that actually from the 13 is still not my maximum value, it still go up a little bit. So I need to draw up to 14 over here, my scale. So with this, I can close it and say, okay, this one, be careful, this is not y-axis. This is H. So you must label this axis as H. Over here, so again, same thing, I'm going to erase this part. And then you say this is T. This is T. And lastly, of course, draw the point. Plot the point. 0, 1. I have 1 point here. 0, 1. 1, 9. 1, 9. 2, 13. 2, 13. 3, 13. 3, 13. As well as 4, 9. 4 and 9. Okay, so with this, we can draw the shape. So you can see that these 2 points are next to each other. So we don't draw a horizontal line. You're supposed to draw an arc whereby you can see that the middle is the maximum point. So with that, after that, you got to label. So this one is H is equals to minus 2t squared plus 10t plus 1. So we are done with the graph. So the next thing, after you draw the graph, let's see. This one only asks to draw a graph. Oh, so this question 8 only asks us to draw a graph. They did not ask for any other things. So question 8, very straightforward. Okay, now we are done with the graph. So next is quadratic equation word problems. Okay, let me see my question. Okay, let me drink some water. Can you help me to like and share? And also, it's the Learning is Fun anniversary, so don't forget to join in the participate in the so-called competition prize giveaway. All you need to do is just create a video. Okay, create a video and share that what is your learning on the TikTok. You can just say what I learned on TikTok is blah blah blah. Minimum must be 8 seconds, and make sure that you hashtag learning is fun and also hashtag giveaway. Okay, first prize is Apple Watch, and then second prize is a projector, third prize is an eye massager, then after the balance prize will be the TikTok merchandise. if you are camera shy, they did not put any requirement that must show face lah. So you know that TikTok has a lot of filter, right? You can do the video and then cover your face, doesn't matter one. You can just filter away your face, okay? So yes. Okay, so now let's take a look at question number 9. Okay, thank you for helping me to share. Okay, for those interested, you also can see that here, Teacher Kangie has the TikTok shop. For now, the only product I have is my Math Coffee merchandise, which is the foolscap paper. Okay, so you can buy the foolscap paper if you are interested to get Math Coffee foolscap paper. That's the very first design that I have. It's the very first foolscap paper that I have. And next time maybe I will launch new design, and this will be the very first design that Math Coffee have. Okay, let's start the question number 9. So this is word problems. Word problems. So we're gonna form equation, and then after that solve them to find the unknown. So let's read the questions together. So a farmer has a field of length 4x plus 7, and the width is 3x minus 5 meter. He builds a square pond of length x meter and use the remaining area for planting the vegetable. So over here you can see that the corner here got a pond, and you can see that the pond is x by x. That means the length is x, the breadth is also x. In other words, it's a square. Okay, so they said write down the expression in terms of x for the area of the field. The field is this whole thing. So it's just length and breadth. So actually area of the field is simply just equals to the length, which is 4x plus 7, multiplied by the breadth, which is 3x minus 5. And because this is only 1 mark, actually whether you want to simplify it or not, it doesn't matter. Because eventually later part you will have to simplify. So you can leave it in this form, but usually for me is I already rainbow it because I know I will need to use it later. So let's do our expansion together. So 4x times 3x, rainbow. This one times this one, 4x times 3x, 12x squared. 12x squared. So this one times this one, positive times negative is negative. 4x times 5, so it's 20x. Now rainbow this, positive and positive plus 7 times 3x, 21x. Plus and minus, minus 7 times 5, 35. So simplify because the middle two terms is like terms. So we have 12x squared plus x and minus 35. And you can actually bracket this up and say this is meter square. Okay. Next, they say write down the expression in terms of x for the area of the pond. The pond is a square, so it's simply just x times x. So you will say, okay, the area of the pond is equals to x multiplied by x, which gives us x squared. So that's the area of the pond. So it's just 1 mark, so no need to write so much. Okay, next. Now they tell you, okay, the area of the field used for planting vegetable is 200. So they ask you to write down an equation in terms of x and show that it's simplified to blah blah blah. So let's take a look. The vegetable is here. So the vegetable for planting is taking the whole field area minus the pond. So we are supposed to take the area of the field in terms of the algebraic expression minus the area of the pond, which is also in terms of algebra. So take this minus this. So you will know, you will say, okay, 12x squared plus x minus 35 minus the pond. It should give me 200. So you say, okay, equals to 200. So with this, you know that, oh, okay, I formed the equation. Then all you need to do is further simplify this. Whenever you are doing quadratic equation, throw everything to the left hand side. So 12x squared plus a. It's already all, okay. Let's simplify this. So let's rearrange. So 12x squared minus x squared plus x minus 35 minus 200 equals to 0. Okay, everything else remains the same over here. I just rearrange them. The only thing is this positive 200 on the right. I put to the left hand side, it becomes minus 200, and then this will be equals to 0. So when I simplify, I get 11x squared plus x minus 235 equals to 0. Compare this and this. So it's exactly the same and it is shown. So shown. Done. Okay. Next, they ask you to solve the equation. And we all know that this one is quadratic equation. The very first few questions that I teach you, we can use the quadratic formula, right? So I will state my A will be 11, my B will be 1, my C will be negative 235. So you can just key to the calculator using the mode 2 tool. Okay, eventually I will have x is equals to minus B plus minus B squared minus 4AC over 2A. And when I key to the calculator, I get 4.576 or negative 4.667. So this time round, they never ask us to round off to 2dp or what. By default, it is always 3SF. 3SF. So it will be 4.58 or negative 4.67. So 3SF and 3SF. And take note, this one asks you to solve this equation. So although I know that x should not be negative, you do not reject it here. So you will accept both answer under this part. Only at the last part over here, when they say hence find the area of the pond, and then you are supposed to use the x that you solve, right? Then you will tell them that, okay, I'm going to reject one of them. So in this case, you will say x equals to 4.667, the negative this side, I will reject, and then I'm going to use this one. And whenever you use calculation, okay, never use the rounded out value. So we're going to use the long number. So area of the pond just now in front, we already have, that is x squared. So I'm going to use 4.576 squared, and that will give us 20.939. This time round, they tell us to leave your answer to the nearest whole number, and in this case, it will be 21. So area, so it's meter squared. You can just put this is nearest whole number. Okay, so this is how you solve word problems, okay, with a quadratic equation. Yep. Okay, so now let's move on to question number 10. So now they tell us there are two numbers. The numbers is x and x plus 3. So they tell us that they are positive integer. Positive means not negative. Integers means not fraction, not decimal. It's just whole number. So then they say, okay, the products of these two numbers is 154. Form an equation in terms of x and show that it reduced to blah blah blah. So product of two numbers means product of these two x, this expression. So you say, okay, so x times x plus 3 is equals to 154. So open up, expand, x squared plus 3x, bring this over, minus 154 equals to 0. So you see exactly the same. So this is shown. Okay, so this is how you solve the, form the equation. Next, let's solve our equation. So now by now you should be expert in solving the equation. So A is 1, my B is 3, my C is negative 154. So my x is equals to minus B plus minus B squared minus 4AC over 2A. So you can use your calculator. Eventually you get 11 or negative 14. And again over here they ask you to solve. They never ask you to take the value. So you accept both in this part. So part C, they say, okay, state the two positive integer. So over here, you know that this one is negative, you will reject. Then over here, you will say, okay, so x equals to negative 14, I will reject. So I will take my x equals to 11. And your two positive integer, one number is called x, which is 11, and the other number is x plus 3. So x plus 3 will be equals to 11 plus 3, which is 14. Therefore, the two numbers, the two positive integer are 11 and 14. Done. Okay, we left with last two questions. Okay, question 11. Melinda is X years old and Karen is 5 years younger than her. Okay, express Karen's age in terms of X. So this is younger, so compared to Belinda, simply just X minus 5. So it is just X minus 5. Okay, nothing too complex. Okay, now let's take a look at. Now they say, okay, the product of their age is 50. Write an equation to represent this information and show that it simplifies to blah blah blah. So just now, Melinda is X, Karen is X minus 5. So the product of their age is equals to 50. So I already formed the equation. All you need to do is expand and then bring everything to the left hand side. So x squared minus 5x minus 50 equals to 0. See, exactly the same. So you will say shown. Now they ask you to solve the equation and at the same time also find Melinda's age in 5 years time. So over here I will solve the equation. So my A will be 1, my B will be negative 5, my C is minus 50. So my X will be equals to minus B. So you see, minus negative 5 plus minus B squared minus 4AC over 2A. So the formula is a working mark, so you have to show. Then after you can use your calculator to press and solve the quadratic equation. So we get 10 or X negative 5. So in this case, because this question asks you to solve and at the same time also find Melinda's age in 5 years time. So that means you can reject the negative because it's not possible if Melinda is negative 5 years old. So you will reject here. So you know that Melinda is 10 years old, but they want Melinda's age in 5 years time. So just do one last step, 10 plus 5, so it's 15 years old. Okay, so that is for part C. That's how you solve that. Yeah, we left with the last question for the night. Okay, I hope by now you're already super expert in using quadratic formula. Okay, a rectangular shaped garden is shown in the diagram below. So the length of the garden is x plus 1 meter and the width is x minus 2 meter. Okay, write down an expression in terms of x for the area of the garden. So this one again very straightforward, it's simply just length and breadth. So we will just do x plus 1 rainbow with x minus 2. So we can rainbow or don't rainbow also doesn't matter because we can do it later. So we have x squared minus 2x plus x minus 2. So we have x squared minus x minus 2, that will be our area. And because this is meter, so we know this is meter square. You can put A equal, so doesn't matter. Okay, over here, the area of the garden is 17 meters squared. So write down an equation in terms of x and show that blah blah blah. So area of garden in terms of algebra is this. And then they give you the area of the garden is 17. It means they are the same thing, right? So that's how you form the equation. So you know, oh okay, x squared plus minus x minus 2 is equals to 17. And take note, quadratic equation, you must throw everything to the left hand side. So it becomes x squared minus x minus 2 minus 17 equals to 0. So we have x squared minus x minus 19 equals to 0. So exactly the same as the one they asked me to simplify. So you will say, okay, shown. And we are done with this part. So again, they ask you, okay, solve the equation. And again, giving answer correct to 2 decimal place. So find out your A. Your A is 1. Your B is negative 1. Your C is negative 19. So apply the formula. So minus B, so minus negative 1 plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So press the calculator, mode 2, and then find the two values. So what I have over here is 4.887 or negative 3.887. So round it off to 3SF, round it off to 2 decimal place, 2 decimal place. So we have 4.89 as well as negative 3.89. So put this one is 2 decimal place and this is also 2 decimal place. Okay. So done with this part. And again, they never asked me to reject anything. This is only solving equation, so you do not reject anything over here. Now they said find the length of the garden. My length of the garden, if you go back to see the diagram over here, the length is this one, which is the x plus 1. So I just need to do x plus 1. So in this case, I will say, okay, because I know my length cannot be negative. So over here, x equals to minus 3.887. You will put here reject. So length of the garden, you spell wrongly. So the length of the garden, have you tried the horizontal mode, the landscape mode? Can you all see the landscape mode? There's a button on the screen whereby you can change your landscape mode. You will see my question clearer. So length of the garden is x plus 1. So therefore, I'm going to just take the 4.887 plus 1. 5.887, round it off to 3SF, 5.89. So take note, 2dp is only this part. This part they never mention anything. So if they never mention anything, we round off to by default is 3SF. So 5.89 meter, 3SF. And we are done. Okay. So, yeah, we have learned solving quadratic equation, plotting graph, as well as some word problems for normal text stream.